What's up, family? This is the King Jives Show. And before we get into today's disturbing and developing story, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this platform. Also, if you believe in independent journalism, accountability, and truth-telling, please donate to the platform. Your support keeps stories like this from being buried.
Oh, yeah. It's the King Jives Show, baby. Turn it up, turn it up. We riding high, spotlight glow. Killing hearts on the King Jives Show. Sexy vibes, truth overflow. Left, cry, love, let the whole world know.
The King Jives Show.
Today's story is heavy. It involves a religious leader, a possible cult-like organization, missing men, and the death of a 4-year-old child. This is not gossip. This is not church drama. This is a criminal investigation with deadly consequences. According to jail records and multiple law enforcement sources, 2 men have been arrested in Hemet, California on suspicion of murder. One of those men is Darryl Martin, the leader, or pastor, of a religious group called His Way Spirit-led Assemblies. Authorities believe this group may be connected to the disappearance of 2 men and the death of a 4-year-old child in Colton, California. One of the missing men is Emilio Salem Ghanem. According to police, Emilio recently left the organization, but in 2023, he went missing after meeting someone at a Redlands coffee shop. 4 months ago, police served a search warrant at a property on Pleasant Street in Hemet, a location tied directly to His Way Spirit-led Assemblies. And this is where it gets even more disturbing. Emilio is not the only missing person connected to this organization. Another member of the group was reported missing in Claremont in 2019. Family members, former associates, and now law enforcement are asking a serious question. Is this a pattern, or is this something far more dangerous?
Breaking news in the case of 2 missing people. We've been following this for several months. We're now learning 2 people have been arrested.
Rob McMillan is live now in Riverside with the latest details. Rob?
Well, law enforcement sources tell Eyewitness News there have been multiple arrests made today. Booking logs show 2 of the people arrested are behind bars in Riverside County jails facing possible murder charges. And one of those suspects is the leader at a religious organization that's possibly connected to the disappearances of 2 men and the death of a 4-year-old child. It was more than 4 months ago that Redlands police served a search warrant at an address on Pleasant Street in Hemet, the location connected to a religious group known as His Way Spirit-led Assemblies, as part of an investigation into the disappearance of Emilio Ghanem, who'd recently left that organization but went missing after meeting up with someone at a Redlands coffee shop back in 2023. Today, 2 people were arrested at that same Hemet location. 43-year-old Rudy Moreno, who is now facing murder charges as well as charges for various weapons violations. Also arrested, someone by the name of Darryl Martin, who is also facing murder charges. A Redlands police spokesperson saying this about Martin in an interview a few months ago.
Correct. Darryl Martin is the pastor, and Kat Martin, is his wife, is known as the prophetess.
Who will sacrifice and surrender their life.
This is video from the organization's YouTube page of one of Catherine Martin's sermons from several years ago. Besides the missing person Emilio Ghanem, another member of the organization was reported missing in Claremont back in 2019. And in Colton, a 4-year-old boy who was in the custody of members of that religious organization was found dead from appendicitis. Colton police saying they originally sought involuntary manslaughter charges against 2 people for child neglect for failing to seek medical attention, but the DA's office did not file charges because of insufficient evidence. Those 2 people, Catherine Martin, known as the prophetess, and her husband, Darryl Martin.
Before we go any further, like this video, share this story, and subscribe to the channel right now. And please, if you can, donate to the King Jives Show. This platform exists to give a voice to the voiceless and to expose what others won't touch. On Thursday morning, 2 men were arrested at the same Hemet location tied to the religious group. Rudy Moreno, age 43, is facing murder charges along with multiple weapons violations.
A breakthrough in the disappearance of a man last seen more than 2 years ago. Several members of a Hemet-based religious group have been arrested, accused in his murder.
The cult-like group known as His Way Spirit-led Assemblies has been at the center of an investigation following the man's suspicious disappearance. KTLA's Mary Beth Madade live in Hollywood with the stunning new details tonight. Mary Beth.
Yeah, hi there, Mike and Courtney. That's right. After serving several search warrants at properties connected to this cult-like group over the past few months, 2 high-ranking members were arrested today on murder and gun charges. It's been 2.5 years since Emilio Ghanem went to this Starbucks in Redlands and then vanished. For years, Emilio's case was looked at as a missing persons case. But this past summer, Redlands police began looking at it as a homicide after uncovering new evidence.
Those circumstances are such that we're at least investigating this as a possible homicide.
At the heart of their investigation has been a little-known religious organization based in Hemet called His Way Spirit-led Assemblies. Emilio had been a member of the cult-like group for more than 20 years. Thursday morning, authorities arrested 2 high-ranking members of that group for murder and gun charges at their Hemet headquarters. Redlands police confirm they arrested 58-year-old Darryl Martin, who also goes by the name Pastor Music. He, along with his wife, Shelly Bailey Cat Martin, who calls herself a prophetess, are the leaders of the organization. This is the couple in one of their many online music videos. The other high-ranking member who was arrested is 43-year-old Rudy Moreno. We're told by a former member who's too afraid to be identified that the last time he saw Emilio in May of 2023, Emilio was on his way to meet with Rudy and was then never seen alive again.
Emilio asked me about him on a couple of different occasions what I thought, and I said I didn't trust him. Don't meet with them.
Just prior to Emilio's disappearance, Emilio parted ways with the religious group here in California, quit the pest control company the group runs, and moved back to Nashville to be with family and start his own pest control company. Emilio also wanted to start a satellite office here in Southern California and had returned to SoCal to make that happen.
And he was in California to contact potential customers.
This didn't sit well with His Way Spirit-led Assemblies because Emilio's company would be competing against theirs. And that's how the group makes its money. They even sent Emilio this cease and desist letter.
The money's not coming from a person, it's coming from the pastors. You don't mess with the pastors.
Well, both of the men that were arrested today are being held without bail. Now, this group is also being looked at for the disappearance of another member of the group, as well as the death of a 4-year-old boy. For now, reporting live here in Hollywood, Mary Beth McDade. We'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Darryl Martin, the leader of the organization, was also arrested and is now facing murder charges. This is no longer speculation. This is now a criminal case. According to police, Martin served as the pastor, while his wife, Shelly Bailey, also known as Cat Martin, was considered the prophetess of the group. When spiritual authority is abused, when people are isolated, when loyalty is demanded instead of accountability, the results can be deadly. This investigation is still unfolding, and we will continue to follow it closely. If you or someone you know has information related to this case, contact law enforcement immediately. Family, like, share, and subscribe so this story reaches the people who need to see it. And please, donate to the King Jives Show. Your support allows us to keep shining light where darkness hides. This isn't about religion. This is about justice, accountability, and protecting lives. I'm DeMario, and this is the King Jives Show.